5, a special edition of Studio 5 as we broadcast live in front of our first ever studio audience from Hale Center Theater. And here's the thing, mothers are there for all of us, even Albert Einstein had a mom. Christopher Columbus had a mom. They're backing him up. And truthfully, we learn some of our most valuable lessons from our mothers, but sometimes we fail to realize what kind of an influence they really have.
Sometimes as moms, you don't even realize that you're actually teaching those lessons to the kids. They come in the quiet moments, the subtle moments. One guy who knows all about that, we've asked him to think about what things the mothers in his life have taught him. Would you please welcome everybody's favorite relationship coach, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Townsend!
You had to pretty much come through the jungle to get here.
See that?
Wow.
I got some weed in my throat. That's okay.
Let's just get it out of the way. The signature Matt Townsend.
Woo! No, is that it?
No, that's it. No.
Ow!
There we go. Okay. There we go. There
I'm
we
losing
go.
my voice.
How about all these mothers?
I love you.
Amazing.
Mothers! Seriously, think of this. Where would we be without mothers?
Oh, he's getting all choked up here again.
We wouldn't be here.
I see a tear.
Just a point. That's just one point.
One point, and a good point. A very, very deep,
You know what?
point.
I think mothers rock.
They do.
And we don't give them nearly the attention they need.
Because sometimes don't you think there are everyday moments that your mom has maybe prompted you what to say, how to act, how to conduct
You're
yourself?
not wearing that.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
You heard
My
that
wife
a lot
said that all
growing
day
up.
today. Yeah, I hate that. But we love you, mothers, and I've got, this is not just my life. So I'm going to give you what I think are 5 lessons a lot of us have learned from our mothers.
And you've learned these from the mothers?
I learned it from mine, so I'm going to talk about mine. But you've all got your mothers, so you see if any of this resonates, okay? So the first lesson, do you know what it is? Because I'm dying, I forgot. No, I got it right here. First lesson. How many ladies feel like they just can't do it all? They can't keep up. They can't keep doing everything they need to do.
Everyone's
Anybody?
Not. Yeah.
Hey. So my mother, my parents divorced, so my mother had to go work. She was out working.
She was a working mom.
Working mom, 4 little kidlets, cute. The youngest was Darling. His name was Matt. And this cute kid, my mom would make us work because she couldn't do it all. She couldn't make everything happen. So she taught us to weed. She taught us to vacuum. She taught us to clean. There's my mom and my little boy. That's my little boy, Joshua.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he cute? My Josh is on the right. And yeah, just in case you were watching at home. And that's my wife, by the way, and my mother-in-law. We'll talk about her in a minute. I love my mom. She taught us to weed. She taught us to take care of things. When we got in fights, she wouldn't even solve it for us. She'd say, you know what? Sounds like a big fight. Why don't you all just stay home till I get home at 6, and then I'll help you sort that out. And we all learned to talk, and we all learned to mediate. And I learned to do dishes. I don't do them anymore, but I did. And I learned to iron. I ironed my wife's clothes today. True story.
Marty!
True story.
Marty!
Stand up, Marty. Show him your pants.
Is that true, Marty? He ironed your clothes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Her pantalones.
A very fun. Okay. So that value of work, value of work that moms give us.
So moms, you teach us to work. So what I love about that is that you taught us that many hands make light work and very healthy children. Let your children work, ladies. Let them work. Sheesh. That's good.
Okay, what's the next
Second lesson. This is my favorite lesson of all because my wife taught me this. Do you guys have rituals when you put your kids to bed? You have some ritual, like you might want to pray with your family or have a little time with scriptures or whatever. So we do this, okay? My wife taught me the importance of living your principles even when nobody else wants to, okay? So this is what she taught us. It's called the prayer fight. It sounds weird, but it goes like this. About 8:30, we say, kids, come on, we're praying. We're praying. Now. Now. Get here now. 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 Put the ball down. Ball down. Phone off. Kneel. 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 Pray. You relate?
Yeah, I can so relate.
And this happens every night?
Oh, every night.
Okay.
And then usually someone gets hit with a ball and one kid is crying. And we're mad at the other and say, you do that again, you're going to need a prayer. And I mean it. Okay? Now, where would we be if mothers didn't do that? Just kidding. But my wife, we still do it. I would give that up. Because I don't want to fight every night.
It's a hassle
It's a
sometimes.
hassle. But my wife knows that those principles are important, so we're going to live them no matter what. Ladies, thank you for leading the prayer fight. So, thank you for living your principles, right? Third lesson. Are you ready for this one? This was my grandmother, Melba McFarland.
That's a cute name.
She's a cute lady.
I like that.
And she taught us. So again, my parents were divorced. So in a divorce, a lot of times the parents don't like each other anymore. That's why they've divorced. And but in the divorce, so Melba's right there, and in the divorce, so you don't always hear a lot of good stuff about your dad if your dad's the one that's gone, right? But I would go to my grandma's. Every single time I'd go to my grandma's, my grandma Melba would tell me the most amazing things about my father. He would tell me, well, he had the best sense of humor. Everybody loved your dad. He was such a good athlete. So my grandma Melba actually told me more about my dad than I found out from anyone else. And that was my mother's mother. That wasn't my father's mother. That was my mother's mother.
That's a huge example.
And Melba's an incredible woman. She was the old school where she raked her shag carpet. Do you remember all that?
Oh, yeah.
And loved her to death. She's not with us anymore. But she taught me the lesson that's so important, the power of seeing the good in everyone. Y'all got that one?
That's a good one.
Did you remember who taught you that? Did Mommy teach you that one? Okay, fourth rule. You ready? Fourth one. The healing power of a good laugh. That's a good one, isn't it?
You know what? I have a specific memory when I was 4. I said something really smart, Alex, to my mom.
Like
I mean,
what?
imagine
Let's
that.
hear it.
No, I'm not dishing details.
Okay.
But I remember her just laughing. I mean, laughing at what I said. I remember that.
swore,
There
didn't
is
you?
no.
Oh, you did.
No.
You totally did.
No,
Don't
no,
lie
no.
to me. I know you did.
I was 4.
You are naughty.
But you remember that feeling of when your mom
Yeah.
laughed with you.
Isn't
yeah.
that great? Now, I remember the feeling on my 40th birthday when I was passing a kidney stone.
Thank you. Do we have to go there?
And my wife laughed at me, which I think was rude.
See, there's the power of a
There's
good
the
laugh.
power of a good
If
laugh.
she can laugh at that, you can
If
laugh
a
at
woman can
anything.
laugh at your kidney stone, which I named Chip, by the way,
Okay.
she's good. No, that wasn't it. So my wife and I went on a walk. This is how it all went down. We're walking on a beautiful Sunday walk, and I tripped. Okay, my ankle twisted. I've got very sensitive ankles, and it twisted. But when it twisted, I started to fall. Okay. So gravity was pulling me down, a universal principle called gravity, and my ego said, I'm not going down. So gravity's pulling, I'm going to stand, okay?
Okay, we can't
Gravity's pulling me down,
Yes.
but my ego says, no, just outrun it. Okay? So it's true. It's totally true. So I'm falling, but my ego says, run. Fall, run, fall, run, fall, run. And I ran. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's real funny. And I ran for a block. And then I turfed it. And I knew I'd roll over and my wife would run up and say, are you okay, Angel? But instead I'm waiting there and she runs up and her face is bright red and she's like, that was so funny. Why did you do that? And it was rude. And we started laughing together, and that's the only thing that got me to get up. I was embarrassed, believe it or not.
You?
First time in my life I was ever embarrassed.
Uh-huh.
So you got to have the healing humor, right? My wife Marty taught me
The
that.
power of a good laugh.
Power of a good
4
laugh.
great lessons moms have taught us. Matt, we love you. Thank you so much. Very
Appreciate ya.
fun.
Thank you.